Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on February 24th, 2023 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangum Langayate Girim Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Pastimes of the Associates of Lord Nityananda on the way to Gauda Desha. Under the section, the Pastimes of Sri Nityananda. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.230.
সগণ নিত্যানন্দের গৌরদেশ যাত্রা। আজ্ঞা পাই নিত্যানন্দ চন্দ্র ততক্ষণে চলিলেন গৌরদেশে লইনি যে গণে।
Having received Lord Chaitanya's order,
Lord Nityananda Chandra immediately left for Bengal.
Lord Nityananda Chandra immediately left for Bengal
With his personal associates.
Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.231 to 233.
রামদাস গদাধর দাস মহাশয় রঘুনাথ বৈদ্য ওঝা ভক্তি রসময় কৃষ্ণদাস পণ্ডিত পরমেশ্বরী দাস পুরন্দর পণ্ডিতের পরম উল্লাস নিত্যানন্দ স্বরূপের যত আপ্তগণ নিত্যানন্দ সঙ্গে সবে করিল আগমন।
Translation: Lord Nityananda Swarup was accompanied by his intimate associates such as Ramadas, Gadadhar Das Mahashaya, Raghunath Vaidya, who was filled with the mellows of devotional service, Krishnadas Pandit, Parameshwari Das, and the most jubilant Purandar Pandit.
So, here are some of the intimate associates of Lord Nityananda are mentioned.
So here some of the intimate associates of Lord Nityananda is mentioned.
Lord Nityananda wanted some people, some devotees to help him preach in Bengal.
So Lord Nityananda wanted some devotees to help him to preach in Bengal.
These are the devotees that were given to him.
So these are the devotees which were given to him,
Intimate associates.
his intimate associates who were given to him. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.234.
নিত্যানন্দ পার্শ্বদগণের পথে ভাবাবেশ পথে চলিতেই নিত্যানন্দ মহাশয় সর্বপারিষদ আগে কইলা প্রেমময়।
And they proceeded on the journey.
As they proceeded on their journey,
Lord Nityananda Mahasaya,
Lord Nityananda Mahasaya,
he gave his blessings
he gave his blessings
to all his associates
to all his associates
who proceeded ahead.
And he
And he made them filled with the ecstasy of feel love for Krishna.
And he made them filled with the ecstasy of pure love for Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.235.
সবার হইল আত্মা বিস্মৃতি অত্যন্ত কার দেহে কত ভাব নাহি তার অন্ত
They all forgot themselves
They all forgot themselves
and transcendental ecstasy.
in transcendental ecstasy.
And everybody has different transcendental emotions.
In each body, there were different transcendental emotions.
And symptoms which have no end.
The symptoms which has no end. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.236.
নিত্য সিদ্ধ ব্রজজন রামদাসের দেহে অপ্রাকৃত গোপাল ভাব প্রকাশ প্রথমেই বৈষ্ণব অগ্রগণ্য রামদাস তান দেহে হইলেন গোপাল প্রকাশ
First, Vaishnava,
The first senior most Vaishnava,
Ramdas,
Ramadas,
was the first to manifest his transcendental of our Lord.
was the first to manifest his transcendental mood of a cowherd boy.
I think Ramdas was not different than Sri Ram,
Actually, Ramdas was not different from Sri Dham,
one of the original God friends of Lord Krishna.
who was one of the original cowherd friends of Lord Krishna.
So, it's quite natural that he manifests the mode of our God.
So it's quite natural that he manifests the mood of a cowherd boy. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.237.
মধ্য পথে রামদাস ত্রিভঙ্গ হইয়া আছিলা প্রহর তিন ভাজ্য পাশরিয়া
Somewhere in the middle of the way,
Somewhere in the middle of the way,
Ramdas stood in a field bending farm
Ramdas stood in the threefold bending form
for 9 hours,
for 9 hours,
and he forgot the external world.
and he forgot the external world.
He was totally absorbed in the ecstasy of remembering Lord Krishna.
He was totally absorbed in the ecstasy of remembering Lord Krishna.
Krishna is famous for having a freehold bending farm.
Krishna is famous for having a threefold bending form. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.238.
নিত্য সিদ্ধ অভিন্ন ব্রজজন গদাধর দাসের অপ্রাকৃত রাধিকা ভাব প্রকট হইলা রাধিকা ভাব গদাধর দাসে দধিকে কি নিবে বলি অট্ট অট্ট হাসে
Gadadhar Das
Gadadhar Das
became absorbed in the mode of Radharani.
Gadadhar Das became absorbed in the mood of Radharani.
Who will buy yogurt?
Who will buy yogurt?
He said, and loudly laughed.
He said and loudly laughed. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Being absorbed in the mood of a gopi, Sri Gadadhar Das began to laugh loudly and asked, "Who will buy yogurt?" Foolish people, without understanding the true meaning of the word bhav, end up becoming shakibekis. Shakibekis are those who think of Krishna as an object of sense gratification and dress their material male body up to look like one of Krishna's girlfriends, thinking that it refers to the external dress and ornaments. This type of degradation of living entities resulting from external knowledge is an impediment to the devotional service of the Supreme Lord.
And now the town has many of the Saki Bekis.
In Navadip town, there are many of these Saki Bekis.
A man who dress like a lady, wear sari and bangles.
A man who dress like ladies, wear sari and bangles.
When they turn around, like the Ariel, and they have a beard.
And when they turn around, they have a beard.
So, they go there and down. One wants these Krishna.
So actually, the gopis in Vrindavan, they want to please Krishna.
We have no personal desire
And they have no personal desire
for sensuality.
for sense gratification. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Kanda 5.239.
শ্রী রঘুনাথ বৈদ্যের রেবতী ভাব। রঘুনাথ বৈদ্য উপাধ্যায় মহামতি হইলেন মূর্তিমতি যেহেন রেবতী।
The most magnanimous Raghunath Upadhyaya,
The most magnanimous Raghunath Upadhyaya, Raghunath Vaidya Upadhyaya, became fully absorbed in the mood of Revati Devi, the consort of Balaram. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Raghunath Vaidya displayed the mood of Revati Devi and began acting accordingly. Those who discuss Srila Jiva Goswami's Durgama Sangamani commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu know that sadhakas who are preparing for perfection and siddhas who are already saved never considers themselves equal to the Ashraya Vigraha. But in the vision of others, they are seen as Bhagavad Ashraya Vigraha, or directly related to the Supreme Lord. Exhibition of sentiments befitting the Vishaya Vigraha, the Supreme Lord, like Sri Ramdas assuming a threefold bending form in the mood of a cowherd boy, often misguide foolish people. That's why the author has used the adjective Vaishnavagraganya, the topmost Vaishnava, to describe Sri Ramdas and did not create misconception by describing him as Vishnu.
The devotees are meditating on the Lord, but they never consider themselves to be the Lord.
The devotees were meditating on the Lord, but they never considered themselves to be the Lord.
And the devotee was meditating on one of the associates of the Lord.
So each of these devotees was meditating on one of the associates of the Lord.
Simply focus on devotional service.
So that was simply their focus on devotional service.
I don't think the associate of the Lord.
That was simply their focus on this eternal associate, but they didn't think that they were the associates of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.240.
কৃষ্ণ দাস ও পরমেশ্বরী দাসের গোপাল ভাব। কৃষ্ণ দাস পরমেশ্বরী দাস দুইজন, গোপাল ভাবে হই হই করে অনুক্ষণ।
Two persons, Krishnadas and Parameshwari Das,
The two persons, Krishna Das and Parameshwari Das,
became absorbed in the mood of Lord voice
became absorbed in the mood of cowherd voice
and raised a loud, raised a loud sound
and raised a loud sound
in the mood of Lord voice,
in the mood of cowherd voice,
saying, "Hoi, hoi,
saying, "Hoi, hoi,
hoi, hoi,
hoi, hoi,
hoi, hoi."
hoi, hoi." Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada. Both Parameshwari Das and Krishna Das were servants of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, it should be understood that the Gopal Bhav mentioned herein refers to the mood found in the 12 cowherd boys of Braj and not as found in Gopal Krishna. Bhav refers to the internal mood, not to the external appearance. Therefore, no one should accept the activities of foolish people like the Shaki Bekis and Gopal Bekis as limbs of devotional service. Moreover, no one should fall into illusion by accepting the activities of the spiritual master as ordinary mortal activities.
So these associates of Lord Nityananda
So these associates of Lord Nityananda
became absorbed in the pastimes of Lord Krishna and his associates,
became absorbed in the pastimes of Lord Krishna and his associates.
and they are manifesting those transcendental moods.
And they were manifesting those transcendental moods.
But at no time did they consider that they become Krishna.
At no time they had considered that they had become Krishna.
Rather, these are expressions of love for Krishna.
Rather, these are expressions of love for Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.241.
পুরন্দর পণ্ডিতের অঙ্গদ ভাব। পুরন্দর পণ্ডিত গাছেতে গিয়া চরে, মুইরে অঙ্গদ বলি লম্ফ দিয়া পরে।
Ranga Pandit climbed a tree, would climb a tree,
Purandar Pandit would climb a tree
and he would jump from it loudly declaring,
and he would jump from that loudly declaring,
"I am Angada,"
"I am Angada."
and he jumped from the tree.
And he would jump off the tree.
Angada is one of the monkeys in the army of Lord Ramchandra,
Angada is one of the monkeys in the army of Lord Ramachandra
who attacked Ravana in Sri Lanka.
who attacked Ravana in Sri Lanka. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.242.
নিত্যানন্দ কৃপায় সকলের পূর্ব ব্রজ স্বভাব উদ্দীপন ও ভাজ্য লোক। এই মত নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অনন্ত ধাম, সবারে দিলেন ভাব পরম উদ্দাম।
That's why Lord Nityananda Prabhu the origin of Sri Anantadeva.
In this way, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the origin of Sri Anantadev,
He bestowed on the different devotees
he bestowed on the different devotees
transcendental sentiments.
transcendental sentiments. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.243.
দণ্ডে পথ চলে সবে ক্রোশ দুই চারি যায়েন দক্ষিণ বামে আপনা পাশরি
And then everyone knows
Within
on the path, but they don't know. They call a 2 or 8 mile.
within 30 minutes, they would cover 4 to 8 miles.
They don't know whether they're going right or left.
They didn't know whether they were going right or left.
They got the path.
They forgot the path.
They went like the road to the goal along the state.
The route to Bengal is
more or less straight.
more or less straight.
And then they went off the road and they realized they're in the wrong way, turn around.
So they'll go off the road and they'll realize they have gone the wrong way, and then they turn around.
So they'll take about 45 days to travel the path to the goal.
So they would take 45 days to travel to the path to Bengal.
And now they actually travel 15 to 20 days.
Normally it actually takes 15 to 20 days. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.244.
গঙ্গা তীরের পথ জিজ্ঞাসা কতক্ষণে পথ জিজ্ঞাসেন লোকস্থানে বল ভাই গঙ্গা তীরে যাইব কেমনে
After some time,
After some time,
asked people the way
they would ask the people for way
to go.
to go.
Tell me, brother,
Tell me, brother,
which way can we reach the Ganges shore?
tell me, brothers, through which way can we reach the Ganges shore? Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.245.
পথ ভ্রম সকলেই জ্বরে উদাসীন লোক বলে হায় হায় পথ পাশরিলা দুই প্রহরের পথ ফিরিয়া আইলা
Hi, hi.
People would say, hi, hi,
People would say, hi, hi.
you have missed the path.
You have missed the path.
You are 6 hours
You are 6 hours
away from the proper path.
away from the proper path. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda.
Hi, hi.
Hi, hi. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.246.
লোকবাক্যে ফিরিয়া যায়েন যথাপথ পুনঃ পথ ছাড়িয়া যায়েন সেই মত
hearing people's words,
After hearing people's words,
they turned around and went
they turned around and went
the other way.
the other way
To return to the right path.
to return to the right path.
But again,
But again,
they crossed over the path.
they crossed over the path
They went in the wrong direction.
and they went in the wrong direction
How do you know?
as before. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adhyakanda 5.247.
They're in such ecstasy that they didn't really notice the path.
They were in such ecstasy that they really didn't notice the path. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.247.
পুনঃপদ জিজ্ঞাসা করে লোকস্থানে লোক বলে পথ রহে 10 ক্রোশ বামে।
Again, they would ask
Again they would ask
some people,
some people
who would say,
who would say,
proper path is 20 miles to the left.
the proper path is 20 miles to the left. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.248.
পুনঃ হাসি সবাই চলেন পথ যথা নিজ দেহ না জানেন পথের কা কথা।
Again, they laugh and
And
they
again,
try to go back to the proper path.
again they left and they again go back to the proper path.
They didn't even know, they weren't conscious of their own body,
They weren't conscious of their own body,
what to speak on the road.
what to speak of the road.
They're in such ecstasy that they're absorbed in Krishna prema,
They were in such ecstasy that they were absorbed in Krishna prema.
and they repeatedly cross over the proper road.
They repeatedly cross over the proper road. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.249.
সকলেই দেহ ধর্ম বিস্মৃত ও পরানন্দ সুখে মগ্ন। যত দেহ ধর্ম ক্ষুধা তৃষ্ণা ভয় দুঃখ কাহার নাহিক পাই পরানন্দ সুখ।
All the bodily urges,
All the bodily urges,
hunger, thirst, fear, sadness,
hunger, thirst, fear, sadness,
no one would have any.
no one had any.
They're all relishing transcendental happiness.
They all were relishing transcendental happiness. Hari Hari Bol. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.250.
So imagine if you're leader of the Parikrama, what's the path?
They'll get sacked, Guru Maharaj. They'll get sacked. They'll change their leader then. Just imagine if the leader of the Parikrama party goes here and forgets the path.
The associates not feeling any hunger, thirst, distress, depression.
So this
That
associate,
ecstasy.
this associate, they did not feel any hunger, thirst,
Distress,
distress, and
depression.
depression. They were just in transcendental ecstasy. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antyakanda 5.250.
নিত্যানন্দের লীলা একমাত্র অনন্ত দেবের অধিগম্য। পথে যত লীলা করিলেন নিত্যানন্দ, কেবল নিবে কেবা জানে সকলই অনন্ত।
On the path, all the pastimes which were done by Lord Nityananda,
On the path, all the pastimes was done by Lord Nityananda.
who can describe?
Who can describe?
Who even knows?
Who even knows?
All this can only be explained by Anantadeva.
All these can be only explained by Anantadeva.
So, Lord Nityananda and his associates are totally laying out the pastimes of Krishna,
So Lord Nityananda and his associates were totally playing out the pastimes of Krishna,
and they were in complete ecstasy.
they were in complete ecstasy. Hare Krishna! Nityananda Prabhu ki! Associates of Nityananda Prabhu ki! Thus ends the chapter entitled Pastimes of the Associates of Lord Nityananda on the way to Gauda Desha. Under the section, the pastimes of Sri Nityananda Prabhu.
Hello.
Hari Bol.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.